Hey everybody, welcome to Myopia Movies. This week we are talking about a dog of a movie. We're referring to the rabies-based thriller Cujo, a movie of love, uh, domestic violence, and a dog that rips the throats out of people. Welcome to King Country. Anyway, thanks for doing all you do to keep us on the charts. Thanks for listening. Thanks for sharing. And I hope you enjoy this little episode. Bye, everyone.
I only eat popcorn at the movies.
Well, I'm getting ready to watch a video.
Really? What?
Oh, just some scary movie.
You like scary movies?
Uh-huh.
What's your favorite scary movie?
I don't know.
Groovy.
It's alive. It's alive. It's alive. It's alive.
Well, a boy's best friend is his mother.
I see dead people.
Still warm.
He got hungry.
Could have been a skunk.
Could have.
Man wouldn't do that.
This isn't a man.
Hello. Would you like to play a game?
The power of Christ! The power of Christ compels you!
Here's Johnny.
I do wish we could chat longer, but I'm having an old friend for dinner.
Welcome to Myopia Movies. This week we are talking, I guess, another horror movie, creepy dog movie this time. We're back to King Country. Yes, King Country. Stephen King. Yeah, Stephen King. Indubitably. Yeah. I am your host, Nick Hoffman, and on panel we've got
Nor Trinette, who is a riffer on Centerprov.
Wait, I'm a riffer.
I know. Normally, when you say it, or you say you're a riffer, and I say also riffer, so I always count myself saying also as well. But no, yes, we are. We do the funnies at a theater called the Terror Theater in Atlanta, Georgia, right next to a Starship Space Sex shop.
Yep.
Yes.
So I do just want to point out here that you've now doomed us to this being an unfunny episode. The second you introduce us as doing the funnies.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Dude, I don't.
It's just our reaction to things that makes things funny.
That's true.
Yes.
Okay, so
So what we doing?
we're doing Cujo. Now, I will go ahead and say two things. First of all, none of you, I actually don't know who in the audience has seen Cujo, because in some ways I will say not that it's not a classic, but it's kind of in the like morass of 80s horror movies, right? Like if I were to say, hey buddy Nor,
Yes.
put on an 80s horror movie, probably what you'd put on is a Jason or
Something like that. Yeah.
Michael Myers,
Yes.
or a Freddy Krueger movie. And like, even as far as going to King Country, there are other ones that would probably come up before this, and yet this is almost a kind of quintessential 80s horror. Because again, if I call a dog Cujo, that's a bad thing.
Right. So I want to go back to Stephen King, right? So he's a writer and he wrote books and he was the master of suspense, correct? Now, what made his books so suspenseful? Because I don't read.
You don't read. So his first book,
I read. I just don't. I'm not a novelist like my friend Nick, who reads 1,000 books an hour.
I will put down 175 books this year. Yes. So his first book is called Carrie, previous episode.
Oh, that's the one with the lady at the prom and the blood.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And it's a tight 200-page book that he was I believe, an English teacher. And, he wrote this several times, draft. And then it finally gets published and it becomes your classic paperback airplane book. It's like 200 pages and it's about a girl who gets bullied. And then, like you said, right around when she has her first period, she gets this magical power, and it kind of climaxes around prom when they dump pig's blood on her, and then she just murders everyone, as you do.
I think that was John Travolta's first featured film.
I believe you're right. Like, because he made cameos Well, I mean, cameos. They count as cameos now.
Oh my god, it's so crazy. His name was Carrie. Oh my god.
Yeah,
that was no.
like he actually has a decent speaking role.
Yeah. He didn't sound like that. No.
Oh, jeez. I'm a sweat hog.
No, it's grease lightning.
And then, very quickly, his next book, Salem's Lot, is about. I believe it's about
Salem's witch trials and stuff.
No, it's set in the modern day, but it's like a modern day witch.
Okay.
And then the third book is The Shining, and then after that, he comes out with 2 books a year, and almost all of them get adapted into movies. And so Carrie's a movie, Salem's Lot's a movie, The Shining is a movie, The Stand is a movie. Rage, I don't think ever does, but it's not a King book. Eventually, because of cocaine and alcoholism.
Oh, he was into that?
Oh, everything.
Oh.
That's why you put out 500-page books a year.
And good ones, because it's all good. People really love him.
He started publishing under the name Richard Bachman. And so if it's kind of, like you said, master of creepy horror, then it stayed a Stephen King book. But the ones that are more like sci-fi, fantasy, weird, they're published as Richard Bachman. So, for example, The Running Man, the Schwarzenegger movie.
Wait, what? That was a Stephen King?
As Richard Bachman.
Shut the fuck up. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, for example, the one that came out this year called The Long Walk, the one that's in theaters as we are recording.
Word. That was Stephen King?
But as Richard Bachman.
Did he do that?
So that he didn't cut into his own sales.
Some tax reasons?
No, not tax reasons, just sales reasons. People want to get the new Stephen King.
Right.
And now there's this Richard Bachman guy who's making other books.
But did people know that at the time?
No, it doesn't come out until like the early 90s or something like that. And then he stops doing it. But regardless, like almost all of these win awards. Almost all of these like are huge. And so like for a while there, people were waiting for the new King. And frankly, I still read Stephen King when new ones come out.
Like recently? Like he did one in 2025?
I don't know when the last one came out. I read the what's it called? There is a series based on a woman named Holly. So Mr. Mercedes is the first of them, and it's like there's this like detective, like hard-boiled, like almost noir kind of thing, named Bill Hodges who solves it. And then there's now a trilogy of those books and then Holly's one of the characters in that, and then she got her own spin-off book. So that was the last one I read, which is 2023.
That's still fairly recent. I still watch movies from 1980s.
So this is 1983, yeah.
So I guess trying to understand Stephen King's film, because I only know by the adaptions of the films.
Yeah.
1949, The Shining. What is the one with Kathy Bates and she broke from Missouri? Was that a Stephen King?
That is Stephen King.
See, I only know about based on films, but like, why Cujo? Why Dog? Why this? Why that?
So, I mean, I think by this point, because that's 83, that is, I mean, literally the book comes out in 81, which means they probably put it into production right away. It's just that, like, I mean, The Shining was not a big cultural success when it came out, but like...
As a book or as a movie?
The book was big. The movie was panned at first. Now it's kind of a everlasting. Yeah.
All right.
But like, Carrie was huge. As a book and a movie. Salem's Lot was huge. The movie is kind of panned, but it made a lot of money at the time. Like, and so for a while there, it just seemed like everything he touched turned to gold. And
I'll see that. He's rich.
Well, yeah, and he did something really cool, which is just when he became Stephen King, as we think of Stephen King, he essentially said, for anyone who's not working for a major studio, you can license my stories for $1. What? Yeah, and so like a lot of people made movies based on his like short stories for whatever,
so, okay,
for $1, and then they saw Stephen King, and then people looked it up, and so like it helped him, but he also helped a lot of filmmakers.
What famous dollar published whatever book do you think? I mean, I think that's really cool. Did anyone do a novel or was it just short stories? Do you think
that he turned into movies
that people purchased for $1 to 10 Jews? Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's a bunch of them. There's a series of like previous episode Cats, Silver Bullet, I believe, came about that way. He did, God, what's it called? I'm trying to remember now. There's a few. You can look them up.
Right.
Google them. Sleepwalkers, I believe, might be up there. But again, like a bunch of his short stories became Creep Show, and then there was Bare Bones, and we'll do more Stephen Kings. We should do more.
So I think honestly, maybe next year for the month of October, it should be Stephen King.
Fall King, yeah. Walter.
I assume y'all probably did a lot of the good horror movies. You know what I mean?
Oh, I mean, like, and let's be clear here first. King does not like a lot of his movie adaptations. And I think mainly it's just someone else is taking his work and doing something with it, right? Like, he's softened over the last few years, but like, we could definitely find a few to do. Like, Needful Things is one that I like the book, and you know, we could do an It. There's several It's.
Ooh, It, yeah.
Thinner. I don't know if you know Thinner.
I don't know Thinner.
Dude, Thinner is bordering on insane.
He's like Slender Man almost kind of.
No. A guy who's fat.
Right.
Big fat guy. It's called Pisses Off a Gypsy, and she curses him. Thinner. And he just starts losing weight.
Okay.
But it's like
I may have seen TikTok clips of this. You know, let's say a man who took to the gypsy started losing weight. So all of a sudden,
we also could do the Dead Zone. The Dead Zone is about a dude who like shake hands and then he can see their future. And then he realizes that one dude who is running for president, that if he wins the presidency is going to destroy the world with a nuclear war. So now he's trying to kill a presidential candidate. Shoot, it's a hell of a movie.
No, I need to check that out. No.
And again, like, I know I'm like kind of underselling it, but this one is directed by David Cronenberg, and it stars Christopher Walken and Martin Sheen and Tom Skerritt. Dude, that's a fun fucking movie.
Okay, I like me some Walkens.
We might have to do like a whole year on Steve.
No, I mean, I'm
Shawshank Redemption is him.
Shut really?
Yeah, sir. That's a short story. Stand By Me is him.
Yo,
dude, I'm telling you, he's one of the most prolific. Like, we'll get to Cujo. Y'all.
Well, you know, you gotta get the Cujo because that's the title of the part of the episode essentially, but. We can get the Cujo.
He has 426 writing credits on IMDb.
I bet you like 50% of that's based off dollars, though.
Yeah, I mean, like, we won't do all of them, of course. Yeah. But this year alone, The Institute is a TV show. The Theory of Pets, Mute, The Reach, The Monkey, and The Long Walk are all him this year alone.
Do you think he got $1 for all of those?
I think nowadays he's just paid. I think he's doing good, right? And again, last year he was like Lily was a short story. Salem they redid. They from the 80s version. They did another version of Dead Zone which they redid. The Life of Chuck was based on him. Olitiero is done based on him. Another It like thing. Like it's just over and over. On just as IMDb, the first 25 things only go back to 2023.
I dare say, just by hearing this alone, in the titles that you gave, I dare say he's the most influential publicist, writer that we have. You know, I mean,
he's got to be up there with
like I put him on Hans Zimmerman's level. I put him on Francis Coppola's level as far as just like adaptation. Contributions to film.
Yeah, you know, and he's up there, man. He's up there with in American film with Shakespeare in the last 20 years. I bet you there have been more King adaptations than Shakespeare. I mean, like, and then that's not even counting stuff that he wrote specifically for shit. Like he wrote like an X-Files episode. I'm sure he wrote because I'm sure like back in the like you just say, hey, we're one creepy episode short of whatever. Can you write one, Stephen King? He's like, sure.
If cocaine was illegal, he would have his own strain.
Oh, dude, he would.
It would be, and you know what it'd be? It'd be based off of all his adaptions. You want to try the It? You want to try the Long Walk?
Dude, I'll give you a...
You want a Sean J? You want a Cujo? We gotta talk about Cujo. Yeah.
You want to do a Children of the Corn? Because we've Children of the Coin.
We got to talk
Silver Bullet.
All right, we got to talk about Cujo. All right, so plot synopsis. I think I'm fairly confident I can do this.
Okay,
so
stay on target.
Opening scene.
Stay on target.
You know, it's almost like the cover of Watership Down. You have this nice little bunny rabbit chilling on a field, frolicking. He would frolic next, we frolicking, and essentially this big ass. What's the dog's brand? Saint Bernard. Think of Beethoven. You know what I mean? Just comes up and he's just playing around. It's a farm dog, you know, a little field dog trying to get the rabbit. The rabbit that scurries around like it's an episode of Tom and Jerry, and then the rabbit ends up in this little rabbit hole, right? And so Cujo, Beethoven, kind of sticks his head in the rabbit hole just barking. And this is a Saint Bernard, so this is big ass dog. The Saint Bernard, for those who don't know, if you ever watch the old time cartoons, they the one that had like, I guess, moonshine around their neck as medicine or some.
Yeah, brandy. Yeah,
brandy.
Really brandy.
Right. And so this dog is barking in this dark cave-looking hole, and it starts to disrupt some bats, right? Bats don't like the loud noise, especially during the day, because they trying to sleep.
Yeah.
Bats go batshit crazy. Oh, I get it. Anyways, the bats just go batshit crazy, and then they
just go shit.
They just go shit crazy, right? And then they attack Cujo and they bite him on the nose, right? And it hurts. It looks like it hurts. Yeah, and then Cujo gets hurt, and then he runs away, and then I guess that's the beginning of the movie, and then essentially we cut to this family, and where are they located? Actually, I forget what city they're in.
I don't think. Are we ever told?
We're never really told where exactly his location, but essentially, in the actors' names are just face bed. We have a husband, we have a wife, and we have this blonde little kid. The husband seems to be a marketing executive or some type of infomercial of some sort, and I assume the wife is a homemaker.
That's the way I understood it.
Right. Right.
Yeah, and specifically, the dad made this advertising campaign for kids' breakfast cereal
that did not turn out so well.
Well, little tip there. Yeah.
But we learned that the wife isn't. She's committing adultery.
She's having an affair with a carpenter who's repairing stuff in their home. Right?
It'd be under your own nose, people. And she's feeling a little guilt about it. You know what I mean? Because, she's cheating. But I guess the work's getting a lot. It's tense. You can already tell there's marital issues even without even diving deep into it, because he's very attentive. This guy likes classic cars. He doesn't want to buy something new and stuff. He has a nice Jag and I think some type of Ford Pinto hatchback of some sort, and they just live in life.
Well, and we need to mention that there's a mechanic in town, but he said he couldn't fix, I believe it's the Pinto, as you called it.
Yes.
For whatever. He wouldn't get to it today. And so the mailman goes, the campers up the hill, I bet you he could fix it right now.
Yeah. So as the family visits the mechanic, which comes back, Kujak appears. I whenever I say Kujak, I don't know what I'm referenced to. I feel like it's just kind of like it's almost like Shaft. You know what I mean? It's just the way that it kind of rings.
Well, there is Kojak the Night Stalker. Kolchak.
No, Night Stalker?
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyways, precursor to the X-Files.
Okay. So essentially, the dog comes up to the family, and it's a big dog, and I've been attacked by a dog before, so as a parent, I would be like, all right, don't pet any fucking dog, you know what I mean?
So that's what the wife says.
Yeah, and the wife kind of just noticed.
She's right.
Yeah, this harpy looking thing on this dog nose. For those of you who don't know what herpes look like, good for you. But it's like a really big sore, like you just got a little just nasty scab on this dog.
And I also just want to throw out here, well, while we are here, this is one of our great dog thespians. Like this dog, fucking yeah. I mean, he has to act against whatever, but like
Airbud ain't got shit on Cujo.
Dude, this dog, whatever the dog is, he's so good. He is really so good.
He's a good boy. Yeah. But we also mentioned as well, this doesn't really come back, but it was a scene done so beautifully to me, is that the son, I think his name is Tatter.
Yeah.
Tatter. I would name it Cat Tatter. He is scared of the monsters in the closets.
Yeah, he's like this little kid who's afraid of question mark.
He wasn't afraid of shit, you know what I mean? And he did something, and this is the thing that I really appreciate, which maybe adds to the suspense of Stephen King. So even as an adult, I do this, right? But so you're about to go to bed, you know what I mean? And you need to turn off the lights, as a good Samaritan, good human society as a person. And he goes up to his door. I had to switch the room. He turns off the lights, and then he runs. But the way that the scene plays out, he slow-mo runs to the bed, because if the monster's going to get you. As an adult, I do that.
But no, I get it.
Yeah.
And I will say, just as an adult, this is how it feels like when you're a kid, right? They do a good job. Also, I just want to add something just because I noticed it. The guy who plays Tad is an actor named Danny Pintauro. Okay, I'll do my best. Pintauro. He took years off of acting, then came back recently, which is totally fine. For those of you who are exactly my age, he was the kid in Who's the Boss, and has 196 episodes of Who's the Boss. So he's the kid.
Who's the wait? Oh, I thought I was confused of Guess Who's Talking.
No, it's Who's the Boss.
Okay.
Which is the Tony Danza show with Alyssa Milano, she's the older daughter, and him. But then he more recently came back with a country Christmas harmony, which is like a Lifetime movie. It's sad. What's up? He doesn't have a top 4 on IMDb. He only has a top 3.
Oh, let me guess. Cujo,
Who's the Boss, and the Christmas thing.
It's okay.
But he has 13 credits. So even though he has 13 credits, they only put a top 3 instead of a top 4.
Listen, man, I
have no IMDb credits.
As I only assume when you start off he auditioned to be a Gerber baby. You know what I mean?
Dude, no, it's you are 100%
right. And shout out to these kids actors. You might turn into a lot of these kid actors turn into pop stars and stuff. So shout out to you who do make it through. I'm talking about the Justin Timberlakes. I'm talking about Sabrina the Carpenter. She was one, actually, just thinking about it now. And then Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera.
Yeah. No, dude, it's a hard life. It's a hard life. Again, love goes out to the Culkins, who had an asshole dad, and then Aaron.
I see no degree about that.
And they came out the back end. Okay.
Yeah. Well, even Kenan Thompson, famously from All That, Kenan and Kel and SNL, he would be retired to this day, but he had a really shitty accountant that fucked him over. That's why he's on SNL for 50 years, but
Good Burger 3 comes in. And I do love me some Kenan. One of my daughter's favorite movies, period, not just holiday movies, just movies, period, is the animated Grinch with Benedict Cumberbatch. But Kenan plays the neighbor, the annoying neighbor.
I didn't know that.
And he goes, and I was thinking the line that always sticks in my head, among others, but the Grinch buys a bunch of hair dye, and he goes, "Is this your hair dye, Mr. Grinch?" And it's, whatever it is. And he goes, "Don't worry, we all got to chase the gray away. I use chocolate explosion." And it just, woof. And they're just, something about Keenan's delivery, which is just
No, yeah,
and I'm not trying to do. It just is the explosion. Like it just has this explosion.
no, and from someone who's watched him, previous episode to D2 to Mighty Ducks, someone who's watched his career throughout my entire adult life, child life, and stuff. He's always reliable. He's funny. He's clean. And I like him.
It's comforting. Like it is something. Even shitty movies he's in, like that Fat Albert. You're like, oh, he's good. Like you know what I mean. Like he's delightful.
Yeah. So, Cujo's the dog. It's caught. Yeah. So the wife.
What do you even talk about it?
No, I mean, like it doesn't get really Stephen Kingy until honestly the last maybe 45 minutes of the movie. But I guess we can. How long are we talking about this podcast? How far are we?
I mean, we're 25 minutes in, but
oh no, we can talk more about the movie then. Yeah.
Okay, I mean, so first things first. We should get into so nowadays I'm old and I forget shit, so I watch along with a movie.
It's okay. I do the same thing because there's bits and pieces of the movie that I forget. So it actually helps as we play it silently in the background of the movie because there's certain plot points that people may not pick up on. You know, for example. Currently, I'm at the part of the movie where the wife decides not to be a homewrecker anymore.
Yeah.
And be like, hey, guy, a handsome fella. New.
So let's talk about the mom then. Why not?
Yeah.
The actress is Dee Wallace. She's fucking phenomenal in this. She's great in everything.
She's annoying at first, but then I realized why she was casted.
Right. I will say she is her. We did this before. So her top 4 on IMDb, we've done 3 of them as episodes, so that'll tell you exactly who she is. So of course we're doing Cujo now, which is E.T. the Extraterrestrial, where she's also the mom.
No shit. Okay.
Shit. And previous episode, The Howling, she's in it as well as one of the seductresses.
What's her name?
Dee Wallace.
Dee Wallace.
She's in 290 things. Like,
what was the last thing she was in?
This year.
What was she doing?
The Boy from Below, which has an 8 on IMDb out of 10, so it's pretty good.
Oh, wow.
But like, no, she's just a solid character actress, and throughout this, she's really good. So no complaints here.
You know, Nick, I always wanted to be an actor.
Oh, did you not?
No, true. I was a theater kid. I majored in drama in my first 2 years in college, and I always wanted to be a character actor. You know what I mean? I know I wasn't a leading man. I was actually I went on the Shakespearean, and how you can tell by my dialect. I know I say word a lot, but I can switch it up.
Okay,
no, I respect character actors like her.
First of all, 2 things. Character actors, I think we need more of. I do like a good pretty face. And frankly, Brad Pitt, for example, is essentially a character actor who is handsome enough to be a leading man.
Yeah.
But like, those are the people who make, like, one of my favorite movies of all time is Jurassic Park. And the reason it is so good is until that movie came out, none of the stars were A-listers. Spielberg just hired good character actors, right? Like Sam Neill, Laura Dern, Newman, Jeff Goldblum, Newman, like Attenborough, like Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, you're right.
These are not like A-listers. He just wanted good actors, and so you get character guys. And you know what?
It fucking works.
It fucking works.
No, I think, yeah. Well, I mean, no disrespect to those who play in the movie, but the draw of Jurassic Park wasn't the actors. It was the dinosaurs.
No, it was the dinosaurs. But without, like, again, like, if instead of Sam Neill, it was Nick Cage, like, it's a different movie, right? And so, like, I was just trying to imagine Jurassic Park. He's like, oh. I mean, he just won the Academy Award, right? So he's like, all right, so hold on. T-Rexes need movement. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, okay. It's
stunt cast.
No, as we talk about Nick Cage now, I recently watched the Charlie Sheen documentary, and supposedly Nick Cage still is, respect to the man, a crazy motherfucker that loves the parties.
You're saying that a guy who buys T-Rex skulls and owns 3 castles could be unhinged?
Maybe. I don't know. I
don't want to make judgments, nor
you have a lot of money, do what you do.
I do a podcast.
We buy DVD.
You wouldn't steal a car. No, yeah.
But no. Shout out to the mom. I respect character actors and stuff. She's great.
Knocks it out of the fucking park.
Right. So I guess at the same time we're learning about this family. The husband is going through an existential crisis because his shark account is being essentially the cereal company causes Lou Gehrig's disease of some sort.
So we're told dude, this story. You're glossing over this nonsense. To see the commercial several times, he's like,
did you?
He's like toasting his Folgers crystals. He's like, you know what? There's no lie here. This like Mr. like Dr. Science is like, you know what, Professor? This cereal, it's delightful.
Yeah.
And it turns out that kids are shitting themselves to death.
Yeah.
Well, and it's like it
has like fucking asbestos.
Turns their blood red. It turns their like poop red, and like
instant fissures and hemorrhoids.
Juice and like
gives you This kids get the Cheerios give your kids hemorrhoids.
Give your bet on your rolling. I don't know what you're doing there. No, it really is just unhinged.
And I always knew that honey. Non-Cheerios without the honey was just asbestos, in my opinion.
And by the by, we're in the time we're in now, and I'm not going to say anything political, but it does scream those parents who are like paranoid about like breakfast cereal additives, like the Red 40 stuff.
Oh, it's been a thing.
Well, but this is 1983.
Yeah.
So I don't know when that became a thing, but like... that's what it feels.
Right. No, I understand. So essentially, the cereal is giving kids the shit.
And by the way, sorry, go ahead.
No, it was the husband was in charge of the advertising for the jingle, which essentially fucks up your money. You know what I mean? So essentially, he's freaking out. The office calls, and he's, as most men who only think about money in a household, they tend to only focus on work. So his entire focus, his entire attention is how to fucking get this, to basically do a PR flip to make sure that people go back to eating fucking Trix Cheerios.
Well, and like the other side of this is we're not exactly explain the family dynamic here, but like effectively, he's working. It's your standard 80s like workaholic kind of situation, because like it turns out like the mom is getting railed by the local carpenter.
It is what it is.
No, I mean like
it's not is what it is.
Well, how do I even put this? The movie is 91 minutes, and you'd think that this would come back, but it's a really weird situation that kind of just disappears.
So this is the shitty part of the movie. I'm just like, get back to the fucking dog. You know what I mean? Because also there's a dog here, and it's for real. So just to go back to the dog, right? So the I guess the blue collar family is having their existential crisis about the jingle going back,
which, by the way, we haven't talked about this, but the Camper family lives on a knife's edge because the dad is a fucking monster.
Right. So the family that the mechanics, essentially.
Yeah.
So his wife had bought him essentially a engine jack.
Yeah.
I'm not handy. And to which, he goes in, he's like, how can we not afford, we can't afford da-da-da. And so essentially what happens is that, and while all this is happening, Cujo, who still has his fucking herpes nose, is feeling the effects of the rabies. when the husband of the shop, when he's working his saw machine, and I'm guessing rabies, I don't know all the effects of the rabies besides giving you a foamy mouth, but I guess he's very light sensitive and noise sensitive when you have rabies, right? So I guess the Cujo, the dog, Beethoven, the Great Bernard is experiencing all of this. So he tends to wallow or dormant underneath the house, which is kind of risen and stuff, so kind of like, banister or whatever, so enabled him to chill. And so, and I only go to this part because we have a very short stint with the what's the family name again?
Which one?
The mechanics family.
Campers?
The Campers. We only have a short stint with the Campers family. And so essentially what happens, the husband is all pissed off because his wife bought a really expensive thing for his shop, but turns out she won the lottery. 5,000 buckaroos, which I guess in the
80s, I mean, it was probably like, what, $25,000-$30,000? Like, that's a good chunk of chunk.
like, bro, if someone gave me $1,000, that would change for a month. You know what I mean? Or to, it'd be nice, a comfort.
It would make it a better year.
And so I want to go on a vacation and I want to see my
family in Connecticut. By the way, I assume this is Maine because we're in King Country.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I don't know, man. It's like a 3-hour drive. Like, Georgia's bigger than that whole region.
Do you think, man? Whatever makes you happy.
First of all, no judgment here, but this is what we're talking about when we're saying that the husband is an asshole.
No, straight up.
The idea that you're... For us here, you're driving not even to Savannah. You're driving like to like Augusta. No, I mean, the husband is like, you want to leave me for that long? And by the way, Nor, what is his response to his wife going for 7 days?
Oh, shit.
He's gonna go with his drinking buddy to get a bunch of hobitters.
What did he say? He's like, I need some beer, some booze, and some shit.
Some beer, some football, and some horrors. Like, he's gonna... Yeah. Dude, man, this guy out of left field is just a scumbag.
No.
And by the way, he's played by
he's a character actor as well, because I've seen him on
in a million things.
Notably, I recently watched the Shameless, the series. He is the Milkovich father.
Yeah.
No, he's been.
The guy's named Ed Lauter, and dude, good character. Terrifying in this. But like
piercing blue eyes.
Previous episode, The Rocketeer, not another teen movie, which will never be an episode, but it's fun. And the 76 Kong as well. But also 208 credits. Like, if he's just a dude who showed up, he'll get 5 lines and move on. He'll be mauled by a dog.
Hey, man.
But
respect to these character actors.
And by the way, you can still live your dream. Be an actor. You could do it.
I mean, I do improv. That's as close as me acting as I can be. I don't know if that sounded sad to you, but it honestly, it brings me.
I should you got the show.
Every time I do improv and I have joy, I get this pit of anxiety at the beginning of this. Oh fuck, I got to be funny, and so I just like it. I like performing.
No, I show up and I'm like, oh, fuck, do I have a bit? No,
and you piss me off, and this is why.
No.
I will ramble and just see what sticks. You say one word, and you get laughs. Anyways, it's no. Go see our City Prop show. When's this Friday? This is October. In November. When were you?
This is October.
So it's October. So our November show will be. Oh shit! We had to look at the schedule.
I'll let you hang out to dry.
Sorry, Candace. If you're listening to this one, but no. Essentially, I respect you.
I will say you're not the only one who hates me because I'm so fucking great. Because Larry did this for 8 years. Candace, of course, does everything right. Fitzy did stand up, Evan did sketch,
and Fitzy did it for a second.
Fitzy was there for a long time, yeah.
Okay.
And they're like, so what training did you do? Were you in theater? Were you in sketch comedy or improv or anything? I'm like, no.
No, I just no. That's it. I mean, even I know I mentioned me being a theater major. Like, it wasn't like I think if I did the work, I just give me lines and I'll read it. And I'll, kind of say it. But no, shout out to the character actors.
Well, and one day you and I will do something together that's just because you and I are Abbott and Costello. Like, we play off each other very well.
Ooh, what? Sorry. No, okay. Who's on first? What's on second? And I don't know who's on third.
I think Candace is flirting with a guy on third base.
So November 8th, if you get to any point of this podcast, and if you're in the Atlanta area, where
you're still listening,
if you're still listening, because we sucked Stephen King's dick for a little bit. Sorry, we sucked Stephen King's dick for a little bit. We were talking about Cujo, but in November, we're doing the 1998 Bill Paxton's Twister.
Dee Wallace breaks up with her boyfriend, who's the beard guy, so you can't trust him. You can't trust a guy with a beard.
No.
And she goes home. They have a little fight, and the husband, out of the corner of the eye, sees them, right? Like, he's driving his red convertible. He sees her, like, white, whatever, like Ford, like you said, old Ford Pintauro and
some hatchback
nonsense. And the shirtless guy is fighting. And so the husband turns around just in time to miss everything. And so now he's suspicious as hell. They try to go around with the family bliss, but as the family bliss starts to unfold, it turns out that the carpenter guy is not done with the relationship. He shows up at the house. They fight. The son is like in the crossfire, and like literally the guy is like assaulting her. Yeah, it's a really awkward scene that I wish had resolution, but it unfortunately doesn't really,
because we don't really see him at all.
We don't.
He's only mentioned at the end almost here after their little caboclo.
And what happens is effectively there's this assault scene. He kind of scampers when the kid shows up, and the husband shows up, and they're trying to play it off like he just returned the table, but when she's on the floor, essentially the husband says, just say yes or no. Am I, like, did it happen? Whatever. And then it becomes really awkward. Like, she admits to the affair. The affair was over, but it's still whatever. The reason this matters is the husband that has to go on business to deal with the fact that the
sharp account is going down.
Yeah. And like, the thing is, it's weird because they did nothing wrong, but because the cereal company is now associated with the professor, it'd be like the people who came up with like Tony the Tiger had to deal with it, right? When it turned out that, unfortunately, Frosted Flakes gives you syphilis. Like, it's something like that.
Shut the fuck up. That's hilarious. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So I guess no training in comedy.
So I guess this is where this is all happening.
Yeah.
I guess the relationship situation, it blows over a bit.
Well, and essentially what's happening is she knows she done fucked up by getting fucked by the carpenter up. So she's now trying to CYA, right? She's like, CYA, cover your ass.
Oh, nice.
By saying like, look, I'll do whatever you need. And like, he was trying to fix the car. The car ain't fixable. And he goes, look, why don't you take it up to the Cambers, right? And this is when the rest of the movie starts, right? So, because he's like, I got to go to business in the city, the vague city off that way somewhere over there.
And the Big Apple, maybe, if it is. I mean, like,
insane. He's probably going to like
Connecticut.
Upstate. Yeah. He's going to Providence, Rhode Island. But still, like that's what's going on here. And he'll be gone for 10 days and he refuses eye contact. 10 days. And she's like, I'll go get the car fixed.
What's crazy is that, just thinking about it back in the day. Okay, so your husband, you got kids, so wife,
in there.
You leave work.
Yep.
And you text your wife sometimes, right? Whether it be something funny, be like, hey, I'm on my way, X, Y, and Z. Just imagine back in the day, you would leave for work, no communication or contact, and you just assume you would come back at home. There'd be a good 5-hour gap where you have no communication with your spouse.
You know, when I was a youth, my dad, this is an attorney, and he would do international law, so he'd be going back and forth to Europe a lot, and you'd just be like, well, mom's dealing with it.
Right, you just assume. My mom was the same way. I mean, a couple phone calls here and there, they'd be like days where I didn't talk to my dad.
Well, Jack, and I assume our audience is at least a decade younger than you, even like
20-something.
20 years younger than me. But like, you used to have to pay for even like state to state long.
Yeah, you used to pay for a text message.
Yeah, like, and nowadays you with your bipping and your bopping and your hits and roof, and you don't even.
That's free. The internet used to belong to the military, and somehow we got that shit. Not coincidence.
No. Shit, son, they're watching you. WhatsApp, Israeli Mossad.
Anyways, I gotta know. Anyways,
No, it actually is owned by the Israelis.
Really? I thought Meta owned it. WhatsApp?
They developed it.
Oh, they developed. Yeah.
Meanwhile, turns out Discord, the devil. No,
starts with the C.
Have you heard of Satan?
No, but then I guess we get the first instance of Cujo being Cujo. I think
I will say two things. First, great dog thespian. Said it before, say it again.
Correct.
Also, whoever's putting makeup on this dog to make it look creepy, dude, looks like it has an eye infection.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like
wet the whole time. No,
but just creepy shit, man. And again, most of the time, it's a dog, and that dog, great thespian. Like he's like, and I know, man. I'm on Instagram. Sometimes dogs just like to wear fairy wings, but this giant ass dog, he's like got extra fur. He's like covered in shit. He's so good.
No,
he's the best good boy.
He's the best good boy. Yeah. Airbud ain't shit on him.
No, man.
Tell me in the rules where you said a dog can't play basketball.
By the way, 1-on-1 Cujo versus Airbud. Cujo's fucking. Cujo's beating him in football. Cujo's beating him in hockey.
Cujo's a setter. Cujo's a Shaq. Airbud's more so like an MJ. So two different skill sets.
Different skills.
Cujo can tackle a car and dent it, which we'll see.
Cujo, man, though. Cujo. He's got CTE, man, if he's a football player.
Cujo's the first dog. It was
like, tell the truth.
Cujo's the first dog with CTE.
Dude, man.
No,
and then all of a sudden, okay, go.
No, it's just like, you just have all this expedition, and then honestly, what's the best part of the movie is what happens when the wife does come up to the farm.
Okay, so two things. First, Cujo by this point is killing people, which we haven't really talked about.
No, that's true.
Like Lauter, the actor, like, wife and son are going to visit the sister. So he's like, we said before, he's going to get some hookers in whatever. I can only imagine what Mainer hookers are like. Oh, you know what? I remember. Pepperidge Farm remembers the last time you were here.
What is that accent? It's not. Is
it from Pet Sematary?
Okay. I got you.
And if you have not seen previous episode of Pet Sematary, you should. But he goes, here's the thing about prostitutes in Maine. We are going to remember what you're doing to us. But he's going to the big city to get, hookers and football and, alcohol. And his fat buddy, who is one of my favorite fat buddy characters he's ever made, it's like, you know what sucks? That bitch of a wife of yours. And they're just like hanging out in the house, drinking down some tall boys. And like the dog shows up and just kills the fat.
Yeah, he was taking out the trash or whatever in his little junkyard or whatever, and I asked you,
you say taking out the trash? He's taking a trash can and dumping it in the front yard.
Did Cujo kill the son?
I don't think we don't know. The son and the wife went to
got scissor.
Yeah, whatever or visit her sister.
Okay,
and then like just fucking killed the friend.
No.
And then when the dad shows up to see where the friend is, he just sees the blood shit everywhere.
That's intense.
And then the dad gets killed. And by the way, for the idiots at home, the dad goes, "Oh no, you have rabies," just to really pitch the slow ball down the middle of the plate.
Yeah, and I thought it's rabies is a real thing.
Rabies is a real thing.
And I've seen people get the rabies shots before. Have you seen?
Really?
I used to volunteer at a hospital. It's literally
it's like
6-inch needle in your stomach.
Yeah.
It is painful to watch. I can imagine if. But yeah, the dog has rabies hard all over his body. His wet. He's sweating. It's just he's good dog.
Yeah, no. I mean, again, like as you said, rabies is no joke. Like now, luckily, we're in 2025. The cases are low, but like this shit ain't no joke. Get your dog, cat, whatever, vaccinated if you let them outside. If you see, if you are bitten by a raccoon or a bat, tell someone. Say something.
I heard possums.
Possums, because
Possums or raccoons can get rabies.
I think both. I wouldn't say both, but like they get it, but no, well, there's not possums go out and get it. It's raccoons can get it, but they don't show the same symptoms
because their blood is so low temperature or some shit. I don't know. I was watching some raw.
Some can't get it, and that's why. I mean, because they're also, it's like they've evolved to be like scavenger.
Right.
Yeah, no. Around here we have a lot of bats. And and not that they freak me out. It's just saying, like, bats are something you need to watch out for.
Absolutely.
Area.
No, absolutely. Have you encountered a bat before?
They're all over the neighborhood.
Well, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. They come at night or like when the sun goes down?
Of course they come out when the sun goes down.
No, I mean, like, sometimes I've seen a bat during the day.
I have too.
Yeah.
But like around dusk, when if I go for a stroll,
no, I got you.
My nightly constitutional, yes, I do see bats.
Okay, no. So I guess
so Cujo.
So I guess the wife is going up to get the car fixed by the camper family, and then she arrives at the farm, and then I guess trying to see if anyone's there,
and no one's there except for the Doge. Daddy the Doge is like, fuck
this, and this is when the movie happens. It was 100. Think of like 127 hours, but except in like in a Ford Datsun and a dog outside, sort of like surrounding you, like it's a shark from Jaws, like and it's pretty horrific, to be honest with you.
Well, and I will say two things really quickly. First of all, like this is a middle of the road movie, and we haven't talked about the director, but the director is a guy named Louis Teague, and like. He did another King movie called Cat's Eye, which we'll maybe do one day. He did Alligator from 1980, which I believe is a movie with what's his name? It's a Robert Forster movie. Not great. It's fine, but like the way that they direct the dog is so good. Like the dog kills. Like I imagine there was a dog puppet on a rail, and they just cut from a dog actor to a dog puppet, but like it's almost seamless,
right?
And so as we watch him kill the dad, as we watch him kill the fat buddy, and then this car, it's fucking creepy.
No, it is, and like. The dog attacks the family because it's the mom and Tatter.
Right.
They're in the car, and as the mom realizes that some shit's happening, then the Cujo attacks, and they get in this car, and then basically they just said fuck it, essentially, and so as the mom's trying to leave, this car is fucked up. By the way, that's why she came. The alternator blows.
Yeah.
And she's essentially stranded there in the middle of the farm with Cujo just fucking there
for days. because at this point the dad is dead, the family's gone, and so they're by themselves, and like literally they run out of water, and the dog clawing the door panels with like was it front on his muzzle, but it like tears the door handles off.
No, yeah, he fucking tackles it. Is it for days?
It has to be, right? Because we see them at least at one point sleeping,
Right.
and then the kid essentially almost dies of dehydration. That takes a couple days.
Oh God, jeez. If he was any, and the one thing that's well, the one thing that's pretty sad though is that like the mom says like, "Don't worry, the mailman comes."
But he's gone, and so they file a do not deliver until later notice. Like, creepy shit.
It is creepy shit, and the dog is just lurking like it's a shark, and they try so many times to escape, but then there's even one point where the dog literally tackles the door, indents the door, breaks the handles from the actual door, and the mom's doing everything she can just to fucking get out. I think she sees like a bat from a distance and tries to like scheme a plan, but as soon as she makes any noise, Cujo is right there.
Okay, now we got to come to the other side of the world, which is crazy. And I imagine in the King story, which is, I'm sure like 300 pages or so, it matters more. But the crazy carpenter is still not over that sweet, sweet D. Williams. And so he comes into the house and destroys the house.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, like The Shining, the husband's like, something's wrong. And he drives home and he comes home and it turns out that the house has been like flipped, right? Like there's stuff everywhere. He stabbed the mattress and destroyed the pillows, right? And then the detective shows up. You want to talk about a useless character, but it's funny because I guess I don't want to say make a plug here. But the actor here is named Jerry Hardin, and Jerry Hardin is from several of my favorite things ever, including Big Trouble in Little China. But he's also Deep Throat in X-Files. In the first season of X-Files, he shows up a whole bunch.
Okay.
And so like I saw him and immediately I'm like, X-Files is happening. But he's like, oh, don't worry. I'm sure we'll find him and your wife and child. And he goes, wait, you're going to look for him, right? And he goes, don't worry, we're going to send a cop up to find him. And then Cujo fucking tears this cop to nothing.
Yeah. And this is after Cujo, essentially, because the wife tried to make a couple escapes.
Yeah.
And Cujo just attacks the wife. He ends up getting in the car and biting the wife in the leg.
And by the way, that wife and her rabies, this movie ends so quick, we don't deal with any of this shit.
No.
But she has been bitten, and then, like, days pass, I assume.
Yeah.
Like,
and then even from the days past, this is the thing that creeps me out. You can see the kid, like, gasping for air.
Dude, the kid, like it's the movie previous episode Signs, the kid is having, like, an asthma attack.
Right.
And at one point, she's literally holding him. She's wearing this thing that looks like a ballerina's outfit.
Right, yeah, she had a very flat old
Like, is she just wearing like a weird like bra? No, it's like a thing. But she's holding her son to her chest and be like, not now! Like as though the kid can control the age.
No, yeah. And so I guess Cujo attacks the cop, which allows the mob
tries to draw a gun. And then it flies away like guns are wont to do.
Yeah. And then I guess as Cujo's with the police officer mauling him over, my wife,
she picks up a stick and beats that shit out of his dog.
It was a bat, and that was a thing. I was like, oh, thank God. I don't know.
Feel The Shining.
Well, this is The Shining, but also we, depending on which one of these comes out, we did The Omen, and I don't know, it just kind of reminds of that. Just this was
also Mom in the car when animals attack.
Right. And so she hits Cujo a couple times. I think there was a couple blows that ends up breaking the bat over Cujo's head. Cujo is still coming up like a champ. And then I guess Cujo lunged at the mom, and then from the broken piece of the bat kind of stabs Cujo.
Yeah.
And then Cujo died.
And like for a second, you're like, oh, dog. And then she grabs the kid and the gun and goes inside because at this point, the kid seems dead. He's not responsive.
Yeah.
And so she run in the house. She puts water on his tongue and starts giving him like CPR.
Yeah.
He starts to revive and she gives him more water. And then Cujo shows,
and that scared me.
It's
the whole movie, that part scared me. Cujo coming out of nowhere.
We're about to catharsis, and then all of a sudden, like, and you just, and she pulls the gun and fucking kills him. And by the by, at this point, the husband's like, "Wait, you haven't heard from the cop?" And he's driving up the hill in his delicious convertible, and the kid and the mom comes out, holding the kid like it's like the Pietas, like literally just holding
the kid.
And then their mouse cut the kid. Nothing is resolved.
We don't know if she has rabies. We don't know if the kid survived.
They're both in the hospital for the next 6 weeks. Like, and that's it.
No, for real. The movie literally cuts as soon as the husband shows.
Smash cut the credit.
Yeah, no, it's.
I mean, they might as well like do and it's a freeze frame.
Yeah.
Freeze frame. It's all right for tonight. Like, it's just like this movie. And by the way,
get up,
like an X-Files cop is still like, we're looking for the carpenter. Haven't found him yet. Tonight is all right, but like it's just like Cujo's a dog. Like, all right, credits.
Was there a sequel? Like
Cujo 2.
Cujo 2.
It's just a Chihuahua.
It's Pet Cemetery, essentially, almost. Yeah.
Oh, dude.
I made it fall.
Oh, no. There's a dog on the loose.
Yeah. No, honestly, what's funny is as I was going through the movie, like, when the wife gets trapped, that's literally at the halfway point.
Yeah, no.
It's the halfway point.
It's like the chamber drama, and then, like, it's like Monty Python, where they're like, the guy's like, I'm going to go rescue my wife. And it just cuts back. He's like, where's the cops?
Yeah. And which, like, I respect. That's the tense. And as I'm thinking about it, like, I forgot what movie it was. I think that there was a couple that was having an affair, and the dude had a heart attack on top of the girl, and the girl was kind of roped up. Suspenseful, sure. I don't know. I can see a theme with Stephen King's movies, 1949, when he's trapped in the room. I guess, calms suspenseful, but I do appreciate when it's a single person and they just dealing with their own version of schizophrenia.
So it's so funny because like this movie is kind of like family drama. Oh no, evil dog! Like, you know what would save this marriage if only there was an evil dog involved. Like, it is really something.
Yeah.
And again, no comeuppance for the carpenter, no comeuppance for a lot of people. I mean, obviously, the evil mechanic is dead. I like to think that the other mechanic is still just fixing that, like, Jeep Cherokee or whatever he's doing.
But they ended with a freeze frame, so there's not much you can do.
And again, like, New Naked Gun came out this year. Have you seen the old show that it's based on, Police Squad? At the end of every episode, there was a freeze frame, but they didn't actually freeze the frame. The actors were just supposed to hold it frozen. Yeah. And so, like, they would just apparently cold cut whatever. And so there'd be like someone pouring a cup of coffee, and then the coffee would just keep pouring, and then it would overflow the cup. Like,
I've never seen Police Squad.
So fucking fun.
I need to watch Police Squad.
It's good. I bought the disc.
So like I've seen Naked Gun and all that kind of stuff.
First 3 movies are so fun.
Oh yeah. I gotta see. I haven't seen the new one.
I haven't yet either, but I know I'm gonna buy it on 4K because I own them all. Why wouldn't I?
I heard it was good.
I heard it was good too.
I was very worried that it wasn't going to be good.
It's hard for me to get away.
Yeah.
Anyway, Cujo.
Cujo.
Noah, final thoughts.
Yeah. Honestly, just skip to the halfway point of the movie. If you really want to know the gist of Cujo, just know that he got rabies, and that's why he's batshit crazy. But this, like many of these, because previous episode or future episode, Omen, there's a lot of build up for what I honestly wanted to know what the movie's about. I didn't really fuck about the whole family dynamic or whatever shit's going on.
Yeah.
I just wanted more dog.
Yeah, I mean, like, and to your point, man, like, we do a lot of movies like this. It reminds me of arachnophobia when we're at, like, the fuck is like, we're at, like, that, like, garden party, and we're like, where this goddamn spider is mad at? That's what a mad alien is. So, exactly. Like, at least that one has a cold open kill. Like, this one has none of that shit. Like, and again, is this a bad horror movie? No, it's just that middle of the road 80s shit. There's a reason why people know Cujo, Evil Dog, but they don't watch the fucking movie, right? Like, people know The Shining because they also watch The Shining. People know Psycho because they watch fucking Psycho. People know Cujo because, it's a creepy dog. Like, and so is this a bad movie? No, it's just middle of the road nonsense. And, like, it's got a creepy premise. Just like a previous episode, Christine, this reminds me of, where it's just like, nerd gets kicked around a bunch, has a car. Car is evil. Like, all right, fine.
I read it.
I get it. And again, is it bad? No. Dog thespian. This dog deserved an Academy Dog Award.
No, for real. Shout out to Beethoven over here. He's a good boy.
And whoever did the makeup on Beethoven too, because like that like creepy eye like shit got worse. The blood spatter got worse. The dog got more mangy, and you know what? That doggy got his treats. It was good shit. Anyway, regardless, keep staying tuned, man. We're gonna do more horror movies. We're gonna do more creepy kid shit. We're gonna do more monster movies. And I'll go ahead and say, Noah,
yes,
you will get to schedule a King month next year. I'll let you do it. And it won't even have to be it won't even have to be October. We'll just do a King month. And so it doesn't have to necessarily be horror because he did a lot of shit.
Whoever is gonna, we might do. Have y'all done Running Man?
We'll have to check. But
now that I know that he's done Running Man, I need it. What was the name he went by?
Bachman, Richard Bachman.
I will look up Richard Bachman movies.
Yeah, we'll do it. Anyway, stay tuned, keep listening, and keep sharing, and keep reviewing, and keep doing all those things that you do to keep us relevant.
Yes.
So we appreciate y'all. Bye.
Myopia Movies is executive produced by Nick Hoffman and produced by Alex Ewalt, Kieko Childs, Matt Quinn, Nick Hoffman, and Noah Trinette. It is edited and engineered by Noah Trinette. The theme song is Surf Shimmy by Kevin MacLeod from Incomptech.com. Licensed under Creative Commons Attribution 3.0 license. All rights reserved. Thanks for listening.